right now at 11.
What do I say to my sister? You know, like, she just lost her only child.
A Henrico 4-year-old finds a gun and accidentally shoots himself. Tonight, the neighborhood wraps its arms around this grieving family. A coal train derails in Newport News, causing a messy fuel spill just a block away from the Amtrak station. What we're learning about the accident as crews work to clean up. A Mother's Day story showing the true love of a mother for her son, giving him life, then saving his life.
He came in and he said, "You are a hero."
NBC12 News at 11 starts now.
Well, it was a first alert weather day, but a severe thunderstorm watch is over now. Meteorologist Ross Runner joining us. Ross, quiet across the metro tonight, but tomorrow the start of what could be a very active week.
Absolutely, Drew. We're going to have the chance for more widely scattered thunderstorms tomorrow. So tomorrow, again, is a first alert weather day. Let's talk about the fact that we're under a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms from the Storm Prediction Center. And now, I'm not necessarily looking for a lot of storms to develop over the region, but the ones that do develop may be capable of producing some damaging wind gusts and some hail as well. The timing late afternoon tomorrow into the evening hours as well. Now, we have had just a handful of thunderstorms showing up over the region tonight, generally north of I-64. But just about each and every one of them were under a severe thunderstorm warning. We even had a tornado warning in Culpeper County earlier this evening, and some thunderstorms now rumbling through eastern Maryland and pushing out across the northern portions of the Chesapeake Bay and even affecting the Potomac River there south of Washington, D.C. I do think any thunderstorms here on out will tend to be in the northern part of the state, but we've got a front nearby, and that will be the focus for more of these pop-up showers and storms tomorrow afternoon and evening. Much cooler over eastern Virginia tonight as we've had more of an onshore flow warmer to the west. We'll talk about that potential for storms tomorrow, and our rain chance only goes up from there. As we head through the work week, I'll have much more detail, Drew, coming up in a few minutes.
Ross, we'll see you in a few. Thank you. In Prince George County, police say a tractor-trailer driver ran over a motorcyclist, and he's in serious condition now tonight. Police tell us the driver missed a turn and realized he was going the wrong way on Route 460 at the entrance ramp to I-295 northbound. The tractor-trailer driver is charged with reckless driving. Police are investigating a coal train derailment in Newport News. Now, some of you might be familiar with this area. It happened along the 400 block of South Avenue, which is a block north of the Amtrak station. Look at this. This was about 6 o'clock tonight. CSX officials say they're working to contain the fuel spill from this crash. Well, right now, there are no injuries to report, but stay with us on our NBC12 News app. We'll have updates as soon as new information comes into the newsroom. Firefighters are working hard to stop a brush fire on Richmond's south side. I was out there about 90 minutes ago, and you can see that one of the trucks was on the road at the back of a mobile home park off of Old Midlothian Turnpike near Belt Boulevard. Well, the fire is actually sitting back in a wooded area. Richmond police say the call came in at about 8 o'clock tonight. No one was injured. Tonight, a Henrico family got together to remember the life of a 4-year-old boy. He was killed this week when he found a gun and then accidentally shot himself. Kendall Davis shows us how the community is stepping up to support his mom for Mother's Day.
He was very energetic. He was very loving, outgoing. He was our superhero.
This is not how any mother would hope to spend their Mother's Day.
What do I say to my sister? You know, like, she just lost her only child.
That loss is hard to bear for Tiara Rogers. Family tells us Monday her 4-year-old Demetrius Jefferson was sent to the hospital with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He later died Tuesday morning.
It was heart-wrenching. Like, I literally dropped the phone. And I was just like, oh, God. It's just a piece of me is now gone.
And I love you. He said, I love you too, Miss Fed.
Today, loved ones came together for a vigil to remember Demetrius' life. And joining them, the RVA Avengers.
From what we're hearing and what we're seeing, Micho was truly a superhero within.
He probably would have went bananas. He's so in love with superheroes that he would have lost it, like, literally.
We love you, Micho!
With the help of his friends, family, and even his favorite superheroes, Demetrius' gift to his mother was comfort and support.
He was your superhero, and he always will. Now he's just going to be up top. A superhero there.
In Henrico, Kendall Davis, NBC12.
Now, the family tells us they hope to use this tragedy as a lesson for other families about keeping guns a safe distance away from children. We are learning a sad update to Thursday's double shooting in Petersburg. One of the victims has died. 18-year-old Derek Tucker is now facing homicide and other charges for killing 52-year-old Jacqueline Perry. The other victim, 60-year-old Everett Tucker, was grazed by a bullet and is recovering tonight. There's a crime alert in Chesterfield. Look closely at the man in these surveillance photos. Police say he committed credit card fraud at the Wawa on Iron Bridge Road back in March. If this guy looks familiar to you, give Crime Solvers a call. Police describe a violent attack, saying a man in custody tried to steal a deputy's gun and then run away. Amherst County Sheriff's deputies were taking 18-year-old Jose Garcia to a mental health facility. Well, deputies stopped at a McDonald's on Jeff Davis Highway to let Garcia use the restroom. Deputies say that's when Garcia assaulted a deputy, tried to steal their firearm, and then ran off into the woods. Officers from several law enforcement agencies searched for Garcia. They found him about a mile away, and he is locked up in jail tonight. A bike ride for those in blue. Not exactly a Sunday stroll either. Officers in our area biked 110 miles today. The annual Bike for Blue honors the men and women who have died in the line of duty. Police agencies across Central Virginia rode bikes from the state capitol up to D.C. today. There, they met fellow officers from all around the country for the Law Enforcement Memorial Ceremony. And this weekend kicked off National Police Week, when some of the often unsung heroes of the police force were honored for their bravery and sacrifice. It was a solemn ceremony for canines lost in the line of duty. Service dogs like Dingo were remembered for their hard work and loyalty. Dingo was the partner to Police Lieutenant Chad Reyes for years as part of a Salt Lake City fugitive apprehension team when Reyes says a suspect pulled out a gun and shot Dingo. That shooter was caught, but Dingo didn't make it.
To lose him in such a violent way is like losing part of yourself. I have no doubt in my mind. Dingo saved my life on 2 occasions, and one was the night that he sacrificed his own life to ensure that I went home to my kids. So, yeah, very difficult, but I wouldn't have missed it.
Across the country, 24 police canines were killed in 2017. We'll be watching tomorrow as lawmakers head back to the state capitol, pushing towards finalizing a state budget. The General Assembly has been in special session for a month, and we still don't have a state budget. As has been the case all year, Medicaid expansion is the sticking point. The House wants it, the Senate does not. The Senate Finance Committee will review 2 House bills and receive an update on revenues from the Secretary of Finance. Lawmakers have to figure something out before July 1st. A couple who had to postpone their wedding after a deadly car attack last summer is finally tying the knot. Marcus Martin and Marissa Blair didn't think it would happen after tragedy unfolded in the streets of Charlottesville. Caroline Calburn reports the couple finally got the day they always dreamed of.
Like a princess. You are. Yeah. Surrounded by friends and family, Marissa Blair is putting the final touches on her wedding day look.
It's indescribable. I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm nervous.
A day she didn't think would come.
You deserve it.
Because of what happened here on August 12th, Marissa and her fiancé Marcus Martin were victims of a car attack while counter-protesting the Unite the Right rally. Marcus pushed Marissa out of the way, saving her life and breaking his leg.
He always said he'd do any and everything to protect me, and he proved it.
Just had a reaction, not even a thought. I mean, I can't even explain it, just a reaction.
Close friend Heather Heyer was killed in the attack, so they put wedding planning on the back burner. Wedding planner and owner of Bella Giornata Events heard the couple's story and jumped in to help.
I can't help them fight the KKK. I can't help racism. I can't fix these things for them. What I can do is make their dreams come true with the help of my friends today.
She and more than 30 other vendors offered their services to give Marcus and Marissa the wedding of their dreams.
Even if me and Marcus had got married and August 12th didn't happen, it would never be anything like this. This is more than I could have ever dreamed of.
We're really, really grateful.
The couple insisted one special person be part of the ceremony.
Without Heather, this wouldn't be possible, and if Heather was still here, Heather would definitely be here on the front row.
It is time to release your butterflies.
The bridal party wore purple, and Susan Bro, Hire's mother, led the crowd in a butterfly release in remembrance of Heather.
She's watching over those that she loves, and that includes Marcus and Marissa.
I promise to love you unconditionally.
I promise to love you unconditionally.
To believe in you.
To believe in you.
The couple walked down the aisle for the first time as husband and wife.
He's my husband.
They say their wedding serves as a message for the rest of the world.
It proves hate won't win.
And it proves that there are more good people in the world than there are bad, and that love will win.
Well, it was graduation day for many colleges around Virginia. Former Governor Terry McAuliffe spoke to thousands at the University of Richmond during their commencement ceremony, telling them to dream big, don't be afraid to fail, and you can sleep when you're dead. Meanwhile, at Virginia State University, Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax calling the new grads their ancestors' wildest dreams. Mother's Day was extra special for a Prince George's County woman. 8 months ago, doctors told Cheryl Whitaker her son needed a kidney transplant to survive. So Cheryl stepped up and volunteered to donate her kidney.
He came in and he said, "You are a hero." And I didn't feel like a hero. I really didn't feel like one. I think that any mom would do this.
For the Whitaker family, it was a miracle that Cheryl was a match for her son. Some people wait on the transplant list for years. Both Cheryl and her son are doing just fine, and that new kidney is already working well. An Ashland woman putting her survival skills to the test, how she says motherhood pushed her through a 21-day challenge out in the wild. But first, the brother of the Parkland shooter opening up about his move from Florida. Still ahead, what he says he plans to do to help victims of bullying when he gets his fresh start right here in Virginia.
This Vietnam vet hasn't uttered a word since 2015, ever since he received Botox to treat a throat condition.
Clearly, something was done incorrectly.
NBC12 investigates why this hero may never speak again. Monday at 5.
Hardee's grilled up a 1/3 pound Angus beef patty, piled it with hickory smoked pulled pork, crispy onions, and tangy barbecue sauce. They named her the Memphis Barbecue Thick Burger. Come say congrats. Going hard at the Hardee's.
Want a car as successful as you are? Then it has to be the all-new Honda Accord, the 2018 North American Car of the Year. Get more power with a fuel-efficient turbocharged engine, more sophistication, stylishly redesigned with next-generation features, and more of what matters. Get more of the best with the all-new Honda Accord. Right now, get a 2018 Accord LX for just $249 a month. Don't settle for less than a Honda. I didn't. Oh, hold on, I'm getting a call. See your Richmond area Honda dealer today.
So I get free checking.
Sure. Just maintain a really big account balance.
This is a case of big banker catcherosis. Let's switch to Union.
Ms. Lee, your free checking has no monthly fees, no minimum balances, and no
catches.
Oh, right.
Bank better at Union.
The new Deer Park Sparkling is made with real spring water. It's so refreshing and delicious. You don't need slow-mo models to sell it. Real spring water, real fruit flavors, and refreshing bubbles. Just what's refreshingly real.
Made fresh from scratch, icing on every batch. Real strawberries make breakfast fine, 99 for a limited time. The 99-cent strawberry shortcake biscuit from Hardee's.
Right now, a man who was shot near a Maryland church is in the hospital with serious injuries. We're told the shooting stemmed from a fight that broke out at a celebration near St. Matthias the Apostle Church at about 2:30 this morning. The victim is in the hospital with critical injuries, and the Archdiocese confirms the parish hall near the church was hosting an event, but it's not clear where exactly the shooting happened. The half-brother of the Parkland shooter, Nicholas Cruz, is on his way to a new life here in Virginia. 18-year-old Zachary Cruz got permission from police to make the move from Florida to Stanton. That's because he's on 6 months probation for trespassing at the high school where his brother killed 17 people. Cruz says he has a job waiting for him when he gets here, and he wants to start an anti-bullying campaign in his free time.
My brother didn't really fit in with a lot of people, and I saw the effects of that like firsthand. So, it's a real issue. So I just want to try to change that.
Cruz says he is excited about the move to Virginia. Volcanic fissures continue to open on Hawaii's Big Island. The 18th fissure opened this morning, prompting more evacuations as experts monitor the situation and warn that more eruptions can happen at any time. Hot lava and toxic gas flowing from the new fissures in the Kilauea volcano's East Rift Zone.
When I got here today, I actually came up the hill, and the first thing that I noticed was I heard what sounded like a jet turbine.
At least 3 new volcanic fissures have opened in the past 2 days. This, a day after President Trump signed an emergency declaration for Hawaii and more than a week after the volcanic activity started.
Well, if it brings up lava and closes the road, then we're going to have a hard time getting to town.
Nearly 2,000 people are under a mandatory evacuation. Almost 400 people are sleeping in shelters. Hundreds more are staying with friends and family across the island. Scientists are scattered across the volcano's rift zone, tracking the movement of the earth below.
We're just monitoring the cracks on the road. We're setting up a crack station just so we can check and see how they're moving.
Experts say more fissures could happen without any notice, warning residents and visitors that powerful eruptions could send massive boulders flying through the air.
Last week, it's almost like your life is on hold. It's not like it's a hurricane where you think, okay, in 3 days it'll be here and go, or a forest fire. This is almost like a slow motion train wreck.
Depending on how long the eruptions last, experts say the gas could end up affecting people all over Hawaii. People on the Big Island are trying to get their hands on protective respiratory masks, but it's becoming harder as supplies are running low now. Some of the face masks people are trying to get actually don't protect against sulfur dioxide and could give people a false sense of security. This according to health experts. Geologists say the best way to protect yourself is steer clear of the area or just stay indoors. 3 men released from North Korea left the Army medical facility where they were being evaluated. Tony Kim, Kim Dong-chul, and Kim Hak-song were reunited with their families today. They returned to the U.S. early Thursday morning and were greeted by the President and the First Lady. They were sent to Walter Reed to make sure they were in good health. Cary Street Cafe is hosting a benefit for 3 people badly burned in a freak accident. It happened last month. Owner Robin Chandler and 2 employees got injured when something happened with the propane tank on the restaurant's food truck. The benefit, happening a week from today, will raise money to help cover some of their medical costs. Along with music from local bands, there will also be a silent auction. And we are on your side with some sad news about a popular summer fruit. Sorry to say, it will be a little tough to find cherries this year. Cherry orchard farmers in California say their trees are producing only 1/3 of what they have in the past. And it's thanks to the perfect storm of imperfect weather conditions. The trees are producing very few cherries. And add to that the bees just weren't busy this year.
It happened to rain about 10 days in a row when the blossoms were out, and the bees don't like to fly in the rain, so they essentially stayed in their boxes during that critical period of pollination, and so really nothing got pollinated.
Farmers say statewide the cherry production is expected to be less than half, one of the worst years on record. It's a rather unique Mother's Day for an Ashland woman. Suzanne Taylor is a contestant on tonight's season finale of the Discovery Channel show Naked and Afraid. New at 11, our AJ Nwoko shows us how Taylor's role as a mother motivated her for this 21-day challenge.
It takes a special kind of motivation to want to appear on Discovery's Naked and Afraid.
It actually was my boys' fault. They started it. They thought that I should certainly be able to do that, and they kept encouraging me to apply and be on the show.
After an extensive interview process, Ashland resident Suzanne Taylor became one of the contestants of Season 9. The show documents the lives of a man and a woman who are strangers to one another, and they're tasked with surviving naked in the wilderness for 21 days. Taylor and her partner were dropped off in the wilderness of Brazil, and aside from a small television crew, they were on their own.
You're free to fail. Nobody's going to stop you. If you start to make a really dumb decision, you can make it.
Steak, it's what's for dinner.
She prepared for the reality show mostly by building muscle in case she or her partner couldn't find food. But surviving on her own was something she learned as a child.
My entire childhood is what prepared me for this episode. My mother had a strong imprint on my life, but in a very negative fashion.
Taylor dropped out of her Missouri high school at the age of 16, but wanting more for herself, she got her GED and pursued higher education, eventually earning a PhD in health-related sciences. Now, as a proud mother of 4 boys, she says she wants to lead by example, showing her children the value in overcoming adversity, both in life and on television.
Being a mother absolutely helped me on my journey to who I am today. I mean, it is who I am today. And I need to keep myself strong and help my children understand how to be strong and how to take care of themselves.
On your side, AJ Nwoko, NBC12 News.
Taylor's episode aired earlier tonight at 9 o'clock on Discovery. If you missed it and you'd like to find out how she did, you can check out the information that we put up over on our mobile app. New tonight, some Canadian zoo officials are in hot water for taking a young bear to an ice cream drive-thru. Okay, Canada. If you don't believe us, look at this video. This was posted on social media by Discovery Wildlife Park. It shows a 1-year-old bear named Berkeley leaning out of a truck's window and being hand-fed ice cream by a worker at Dairy Queen. It's a brave employee. Officials investigated, and now the zoo's owner's facing 2 charges. 1 count for taking the bear through an ice cream drive-thru, and the other for allowing the bear to leave the facility in the first place. We're told the owners plan to plead guilty to the crimes when they appear in court in a few weeks. Thousands of musicians got together in a Spanish bull ring to set a record for the world's largest music lesson. The music flowed from flutes, drums, and about every other instrument you can imagine. In all, 5,000 musicians took part in the record-setting event.
Accurate, reliable, breaking weather specialists. This is NBC12 First Alert Weather.
And happy Mother's Day to all the moms across Central Virginia. It was a hot one out there today for you, but not quite as bad as yesterday when we hit 93. It was 87 this afternoon. It is warm and muggy tonight. We have 66 degrees. Skies mostly clear overhead at the Richmond Airport. And since we're getting so close to the dew point level now, you notice humidity is 96%. There may be a little bit of patchy fog that develops overnight, especially along and east of I-95. We have cooler temperatures out here, low and middle, even a few upper 60s, warmer as you get west of I-95. There is a stalled out front over the central part of the state tonight, and that front itself is going to be the focus for more of these pop-up thunderstorms. Now, most of us escaping the storms today. There are some rumbling, though, as you get up into the northern parts of the region. In fact, King George County, we have a thunderstorm there, even a severe thunderstorm warning up in Maryland. And I do think there could be a storm or two in the northern neck tonight. We'll have to watch that. There may be just a couple of storms moving that direction. But other than that, it's going to be pretty quiet for most of us through the overnight. But with that front nearby, upper-level disturbances coming in from the northwest, the Storm Prediction Center has a pretty large area here from Emporia up through the Tri-Cities, Richmond, Fredericksburg to D.C., where there is a marginal threat of any storms that do develop tomorrow afternoon and evening. They will be capable potentially of some strong gusty winds and some hail, something we'll keep a very close eye on, and consequently we have a first alert weather day for tomorrow just in case. 64 degrees at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, temperatures in the mid-60s. Again, there could be a little bit of patchy fog. Otherwise, skies become partly to mostly sunny. Our forecast does indicate a little bit of cloudiness here in northern parts of the area tomorrow morning. Otherwise, a mix of clouds and sunshine. We're going to heat those temperatures up into the upper 80s, even near 90 degrees in some spots. And then notice later tomorrow afternoon, not necessarily a lot of storms, but any individual cells in this kind of environment could strengthen pretty quickly and produce damaging wind gusts, maybe some hail. Have to keep a close eye on that. Those are going to move out pretty quickly later tomorrow evening. So the time frame to watch, anytime after 3 o'clock tomorrow until about 9 o'clock in the evening, and the chance will be 30 to 40% for those, a high of 89 degrees on your Monday. Then we look ahead, probably a little less of the thunderstorms around on Tuesday, but then some tropical moisture heads north up the eastern seaboard. The National Hurricane Center monitoring the potential for some tropical development here in the eastern Gulf of Mexico. They give it a 30 to 40% chance it could develop. But I think even if it doesn't develop, the moisture itself, again, will travel up the eastern seaboard and enhance our rain chances beginning on Wednesday Thursday and even Friday. So really good odds that we're going to get some showers and thunderstorms by the middle and latter half of the week. And even next weekend, the chance for scattered showers and storms on Saturday. Highs in the low 80s, mid 80s next Sunday, maybe a slightly lower chance of rain. But as we get more clouds and a better chance of wet weather, temperatures will come down some for the second half of the week, but it is going to be mighty humid, I think, as that tropical moisture makes its way into central Virginia. We'll have more 12 news for you coming up right after this.
Sky 12, taking you places no one else can.
Giving you new perspective on stories that shape our community.
Clearer, closer. The first alert from Sky 12 on NBC12 News.
For 25 years, JES has been providing responsible and reliable foundation repairs for customers just like you.
So we're proud to sponsor the JES WeatherNet on NBC12.
The great thing about the JES WeatherNet is...
And just like the First Alert weather team, JES will be there when you need us.
If you have a wet basement, damp crawl space, bouncy or uneven floors, or if your home is settling, our trained professionals are ready to help.
That is the JES promise.
Known best for being better, JES.
Buying a Hyundai, the brand with the lowest 5-year cost to own, is smart. Buying right now during the Hyundai Memorial Day event, well, that's genius. For a limited time only, you'll find special savings on every Hyundai sedan and SUV. And they're all backed by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Buy your new Hyundai now during the Hyundai Memorial Day event. Smart never looked so good. Get the first ever Hyundai Kona with Android Auto for less than $20,000. And now, get an additional $500 bonus cash. Hurry in today.
Mr. Bradley, our techs have been doing first-time maintenance for a lot of new ESA members.
Our energy savings agreements are up to almost 7,000.
We've seen a lot of coils that look like they've never been cleaned.
Clean coils are the key to a healthy home and lower energy bills, Brandon.
But most of these systems have been on a maintenance plan. Not ours, but someone's. You don't think they're cutting corners, do you?
Well, Brandon, you can't clean coils with a flashlight. Exactly.
We'll get you out of the fix you're in.
It's time to upgrade. And now, it's even easier at Nissan's Tech for All sales event. Get 0% financing on every model, including Rogue with Pro Pilot Assist. Experience Nissan's newest lane centering technology.
Get here today for 0% financing for 60 months on every model, or save up to $3,250 on the 2018 Sentra.
But hurry, this event ends soon.
You don't just want easy. You want streaming all your favorite Netflix shows on fast internet easy. You want internet that helps you save on mobile easy. You want the best Wi-Fi you can pause with a tap. See? Easy.
Time for bed.
You want Xfinity because it makes your life simple, easy, awesome.
Introducing new packaging with more speed, better entertainment, and bigger value, like this great offer. Plus, see how most customers can save $400 or more a year with Xfinity Mobile. Click, call, or visit an Xfinity store today.
Come see the St. Jude Dream Home, built by Stylecraft Homes in the Landing at Swift Creek. Open houses are weekends through June 10th.
While there, register to win a $5,000 shopping spree from Value City Furniture.
Let's help St. Jude find cures and save children.
Up 1-0, the Washington Capitals are on the road at Tampa Bay in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. A back-and-forth start in this one. The Lightning getting the home crowd into it, taking a 2-1 lead in the first period. But in the second, the Caps get the offense going. Off the giveaway, the Capitals net the tying goal, and then they add to it. Washington finds the back of the net 3 times in the second, twice more in the third. The Capitals wallop the Lightning in Game 2, 2-6, the final score. Game 3 is Tuesday night in D.C. Mother's Day at the Diamond, and the Squirrels with a chance to take 3 of 4 from visiting Trenton. A beautiful day for baseball. Trenton had the bats working early. After a 2-run homer, this RBI single to left scores the 3rd run of the top of the first half of the first inning. 3-0 still in the bottom of the 6th when Dylan Davis doubles to left and brings home 2 runs, but that's as close as the Squirrels would get. They split the series with Trenton. The final today, 3-2. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Explore the intricate biology, zoology, and physiology of the world's most spectacular creatures, large and small, with Body World's Animal Inside Out. Now open at the Science Museum of Virginia. For complete ticket information, visit smv.org.
When your equipment doesn't work, it ruins your day. That's why at Troy Building, we do everything we can to break our products here, so they won't let you down here.
Cross Timbers Roofing is a proud construction partner of the St. Jude's Dream Home. Cross Timbers Roofing, along with our material supply partners, donated the roofing materials and installation labor for this great cause. How's your roof? For roof replacement and repairs, call Cross Timbers Roofing, 275-9373.
You've seen me break new ground. You've seen me expand my business. Flying Brian here with VA Cars, and when I speak of all of our dedicated staff who work to get you in the best quality, certified, pre-owned vehicle at the best price, period.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, and we value the trust that you put into us. So visit any one of our 3 locations or online at vacarsforsale.com. VA Cars, your Virginia super dealer. Better selection, better service.
First Alert Weather's on your side, mornings on NBC12 News Today.
Happy Mother's Day from LL Bean. Now get 20% off gifts at your local store or llbean.com.
The human body is resilient and strong, yet fragile. It bends, but it also breaks. When a life-shattering event happens, who will help you pick up the pieces, heal your body, and restore your life? The guiding hands of our expert rehab team help thousands of patients overcome the setbacks of illness and injury. We are Sheltering Arms Physical Rehabilitation Centers, and we help you find the power to overcome.
Baby boomers, here's something you should know. There's a serious virus out there that 1 in 30 boomers has, yet most don't even know it. A virus that's been almost forgotten. It's hepatitis C. Hep C can hide in the body for years without symptoms. Left untreated, it can lead to liver damage, even liver cancer. The only way to know if you have Hep C is to ask your healthcare provider for the simple blood test. If you have Hep C, it can be cured. For us, it's time to get tested. It's the only way to know for sure.
All right, we have a First Alert weather day tomorrow. Focused on the afternoon and evening. There could be some widely scattered storms out there. Not everybody's going to see one, but it's going to be the type of environment. They could strengthen enough to produce some damaging wind gusts and hail. Something we'll keep a close eye on. You'll get those alerts at your fingertips on your First Alert weather app. So if you haven't already downloaded that, make sure you do it. We'll have some isolated storms on Tuesday, and then our rain chance really ramps up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We'll have some tropical moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. Maybe our first tropical development of the season. We'll have to wait and see. If that were to develop, it would get the name Alberto, by the way. But we'll get the impacts in terms of more moisture and a better chance of scattered showers and storms, cooler temperatures. But it's going to be quite humid as we get some of that tropical moisture heading our way.
Yeah, what a week. Good week, as you mentioned, to have the First Alert weather app. It's going to be a busy one.
Yeah, I think we're going to be very busy this week, I think.
All right, Ross, thanks very much. We appreciate staying up a little bit later than usual with us as we head into the new week. Remember, you can get 12 News anytime over on NBC12.com or through the free News and Weather apps. 12 News today starts at 4:30. Have a great week.